There's a lot of things I did not know, a lot of things I did not see, learn, touch. And then here it is as a young individual, 18 years old, joining with very little world experience, barely been outside my city. And now I'm part of this big organization, taught me a whole lot, and, have enriched my life. I did that for 28 and a half years. That's all I knew. Right. And I love what the new things I've learned. I love what it allowed me and my family to do and to what I've become. But when you take off that uniform, you're no longer that. We talked about the fact that I'm a part of that 1%, right? To take care of the 99%, but you're no longer doing that mission. You're no longer doing, the stuff that you were paid to do for 28 and a half years. So the first thing is a shock that I'm not part, if you will, of the fraternity. I'm not part of that organization, that's forward facing now. I'm still a member, but I'm not, I'm not a member per se that's doing the business anymore. And it's a hard pill to swallow. The first things you feel is anxiety. You feel, for me, I went through depression. One, because I'm in a position, and I'm in a leadership role where many people look to me. And then when that transition happens, the force is created and built for where the mission continues. People continue to do the work because you've done your job. But your phone doesn't necessarily ring like it used to. I used to look at my phone and have 20 messages, like every hour. And being retired and no longer in a position that, you start to see that then dwindles down. Well, even like yesterday, right? And I had a very calm day. A year and a half later, I don't get, I barely get text messages, from the individuals I was serving. And that's not a bad thing, right? I mean, I still have large amount of, acquaintances and friendships and all that still is there. But you realize that the mission and what you were doing is no longer that. And so it was hard. Went on a few job interviews, and I realized that the Air Force has equipped me with a lot of skills, with a lot of perseverance and patience, where I can do something on my own. And that's the reason why I started my own business consulting company. But it was hard in the beginning, transitioning, because my mindset was structured to be in this one thing. And now I have to do something different. And that is a very uncomfortable place to be. But luckily, I have a good network of friends, good, company that I'm surrounded by. I have my wife, I have my immediate family who, man, they tethered to me and made me feel as if I was the most important person doing that transition. And man, I found myself probably in the 8th month where I started to see a shift, where I got more comfortable and started to see myself conquering the world as a civilian versus as a, as an active military member. I hold pride in knowing that I'm a veteran and that I used to do that, but now I can do something different, but still be part of the organization in a different capacity.